What's up, boys? It's Dual Factor once again, another video, and as a lot of you may know, the World Celebration event was this weekend for some locals in surrounding areas. Luckily, over at my locals at Die Hard Games, shout out to them, they did have the World Championship celebration going on, and I went and attended that, so we had to play the Worlds list. And I ended up taking first place. I know it's not a huge accomplishment, but it's something cool. It's just it's a different format you get to play. And looking at it, the two best decks that you could have played, in my opinion, were Goki and Altergeists. Knowing that my locals, without the World Celebration list, plays a lot of Goki, I just decided to play Altergeist and make the main deck able to beat Goki, going first or second. Little did I know that I would be one of 4 Altergeist players at this event, which was really weird. But I was also the only Altergeist player that was still undefeated after round 3. And I was the only one that wasn't playing Floodgates in the main deck. So that was kind of an interesting twist I thought I took on the deck. It's by no means perfect, but I kind of just rushed and threw it together for the World Celebration event because I kind of forgot we were doing it this weekend. But I wanted to go ahead and show you guys. For top 8, we got these cool little deck dividers, which is really cool. And then first place got the mat. If you want to see it, there's actually a picture of it on the Facebook page. It's in the description of all my videos. So go over there and check that out. But enough of the rambling. Let's go ahead and get into the deck profile. And so, like I said, for the Worlds event, and as you've seen in the title of the video, I played Altergeist. So we play 3 Marionetter. It's the best card to open with other than Milliseek going turn 1. It sets all your traps and makes everything live for you. Plus, in the grind game, it revives your monsters, so that's always a good effect to have. 3 Multi-Faker. There's not much to say about this card. It's your tour guide. It pulls your Milliseeks out. It pulls your Silquitus out. So you have interruption during your opponent's turn, whatnot, and so forth. Really good card. Milliseek. It's an engine card and a late game card. This is what basically it removes all the problems with the field. Sends cards from the field to the graveyards and the damage step, so very few things can respond to it. It searches out your Milliseeks, not Milliseeks. It searches out your Multi-Faker, searches out your Marionetters, so on and so forth. We're back up to 2 copies of Silquitus for the Worlds event. I think this card is really good against Goki, so that's why I decided to play 2, and I'm still playing Pot of Desires. So there's that. And then, kind of like the spice, you would say, I'm playing 3 Lilith, Lady of Laminate. The idea behind this is, since we're not playing Floodgates, you can opt for better starter cards going first. And Lilith tutors out Torrential Tribute, it also tutors out Infinite Impermanence, and it can also tutor out, if necessary, your Altergeist Manifestation. It's just a really good going first card. Plus, it works really good with some of the side deck options that I have. So there's 3 of that. And then for Worlds, we can only play 2 Ash, so I played 2 Ash. And I also played 2 copies of Ghost Ogre because it's really good against Goki. It's okay against Pure Sky Striker, but yeah, I think it's really good against Goki. And then for your spell cards, I played 2 copies of Desires and 2 Pot for consistency. And that's it. We'll play for the spell cards. On to the traps. We played 3 copies of Altergeist Protocol. This is the best one. It works with itself. It prevents all your guys' effects from being negated while they're on the field. I feel like you need to play this. Since we're playing the Desires, I am playing 2 copies of Manifestation. It actually worked a lot better than I thought it would. I'm a big fan of only playing 1. But for the Worlds event, I thought it'd be better to play 2. And it worked out. And then we're also playing 3 copies of Personal Spoofing. I always wanted to open this card going first. And all the that I said in the previous profile that I made when I played this for the Nationals, games that you don't open an Altergeist card are the games that you lose, and this just helps you get to them because you can also shuffle back your traps. Then for the rest of the cards, we played 3 copies of Impermanence. I'm not a huge fan of this card, but it's really good against Goki, and I thought that was the best deck, so I went ahead and played 3 of it. In addition, I also played 3 copies of Torrential Tribute instead of the place of where I would play Anti-Spell Fragrance. I didn't want to play Floodgates, especially Floodgates. I didn't think they were that incredibly effective, and Anti-Spell's not that great against Goki, so I just opted to play 3 Torrential Tribute and force my opponent to play the game. Then we played 2 copies of Strike. You can only play 2 in the Worlds format, 1 copy of Warning, and then 1 copy of Imperial Order. And that rounds it out for the main deck. It is 40. Like I said, I don't think it's perfect by any means, but this is just what I built to play for the Worlds event, so we went with it. Along with the extra deck, a lot of this stuff in here is honestly just fluff, if I'm being completely honest. So the only card you really made is Hexia. I think there was 1 game that I ended up, well, that's Brand Banshee, but there was 1 game that I think I made 3, but I can't remember if I did, but this was like the main card that you made. 1 Prime Banshee never made it. There's one mermaid. Don't know why this is here. I just kind of threw it in. Link Karibo, one of the only other cards you make. A Phoenix, Cerberus to spot removal, I guess. Cosmic Magician note, other than your Altergeist cards, this is the only card you can make under Rivalry Warlords if that ever comes up. 1D Code Talker. Trisbania, in case that I ran into a mirror match going second. It's hard to make this card, but it's a blowout, so there's that. Nengursu for spot removal, Unicorn, Firewall, and Borlo Dragon. And since this was a little bit more important event, I guess I'll go ahead and show the side. So I originally was going to play Sphere Modes, but then I noticed that there was 3 other Altergeist decks there and not as many Gokis as I thought, so I decided to switch it up and play 3 Inspector Border on the side since I built my main deck to beat Goki. So there's 3 Inspector Border, 2 Twin Twisters. There's a guy who always sides fucking, what's it called, Royal Decree and stuff like that, and I get really tired of it, and honestly I would just play Heavy Storm Duster over this card, but it was really good. I liked it. 1 Secret Village of the Spellcasters. I think this card was actually a lot better in Worlds format than in its regular format. Especially since Pure Sky Striker isn't the dominant deck. So you don't have to main deck like cards such as Anti-Spell Fragrance and stuff like that. And I think it's a bigger blowout against Pure Sky Striker because it's harder for him to out it versus Anti-Spell. And to go with it, this card also works with Lilith. We played 3 Metaverse. You literally just need 1 to win, but you want to be able to reveal 3 off Lilith. That's the big thing. And then the last 6, we played 3 Evenly Match. It's a blowout against anything that's not Goki. And then 3 copies of Red Reboot. Because we don't want to lose the Evenly Matched ourselves, and we don't want to get blown out by a Red Reboot in the Mirror Match, so we play our own copies of Red Reboot. And that was my World Celebration deck profile for Altergeist. Always remember to like, comment, subscribe. I have more matches coming up for you this week. I think I have one more Nightmare Vendread combo coming up for you, and then this weekend, or after this video, the following weekend, first region of the season, will be in Rosemont, Illinois, Jesus. I'll be attending that. I don't know what I'm going to play yet, but hopefully I'll do well, and I'll have another deck profile for you guys of what I played. But until next time, guys, we'll see you later. Bye.